Hello everyone, welcome to Unit 6, Section B, Instead of War Drum. Students, we all know about Mahatma Buddha, whose real name was Siddhartha. He was born about 2,500 years ago in the house of King Shuddhodhan of Kapilavastu, and his mother's name was Mahamaya. The teachings of Mahatma Buddha were straightforward. His teachings had a profound impact on the people. Many kings and common citizens became followers of Buddha. His followers were called Buddhists. Buddhism received the shelter of great kings like Ashoka, Kanishka, and Harsha. The teachings of Lord Buddha are very relevant even today. So now this historical narrative that we are going to read is going to tell us how King Ashoka became the follower of Buddhism. A long time ago, in the 3rd century BC, a young woman was sailing to a faraway island. She wore patched robes and had a shaved head. Her brother was waiting for her on the island. They were both on a mission. She wasn't just any young woman. She was the princess of Magad and a Buddhist monk. Her name was Sanghamitra. She and her twin brother Mahendra had been sent to Sri Lanka by their father Emperor Ashoka to help spread Buddhism. Mahendra had been preaching Buddhism to the people of Sri Lanka before his sister arrived. Sanghamitra began to work with the women of the country and started an order of female monks or nuns. She also carried a cutting of the Bodhi tree under which Gautam Buddha attained enlightenment. Legend says the tree she planted still thrives in Sri Lanka. Emperor Ashoka was an ardent Buddhist. He took many steps to popularize the religion both within his own empire, which covered most of the Indian subcontinent, including what is now Afghanistan and Baluchistan, and abroad. In addition to sending his children to preach in Sri Lanka, he recruited Buddhist monks and sent them as emissaries to countries as far as Syria, Egypt, and Macedonia. Many prominent Buddhist monks and officials from Ashoka's court also went to Southeast Asia to propagate their religion. He built a number of stupas which are believed to hold the relics of the Buddha. The Sanchi Stupa, built by Ashoka, is now a World Heritage Site. In addition, he erected a number of inscribed pillars, one of them being the Ashoka pillar. Similar inscriptions have also been found on boulders and in caves. In all, 33 such inscriptions have been found, which are collectively referred to as Ashoka's edicts. The inscriptions proclaim Ashoka's belief in the Buddhist principles of Dhamma or non-violence and his intention to win over people by good deeds. They also talk about his social efforts to protect his subjects, both humans and animals. Emperor Ashoka is referred to as Devanam Piyadasi, that is, beloved of the gods, in these edicts. But Emperor Ashoka was not always called the beloved of the gods. When he was a young prince, Ashoka's nickname was Chand, that means fierce. It was a well deserved nickname. As a young child, Ashoka had a skin disease that made him unpleasant to look at. His father Bindusara did not like him very much. So Ashoka decided to prove himself. He became a fearless warrior. Eventually his father began to value him as a soldier and a statesman. Bindusara made Ashoka the governor of a far-off province. The prince also led small wars in distant parts of the kingdom. After Bindusara died, Ashoka declared himself to be the new king. However, Ashoka's older brothers wanted the throne for themselves. This led to a 2-year war of succession in which Ashoka defeated his brothers and became King Ashoka. For 8 years after his coronation, Ashoka fought many wars and conquered many territories. But the ambitious king was still not satisfied. There was one kingdom in the east of India that still refused to submit to him. This was the kingdom of Kalinga, which covered the present-day northern Andhra Pradesh, most of Odisha, and a portion of Madhya Pradesh. Emperor Ashoka was determined to make Kalinga part of his kingdom, so the king started a war against the neighboring kingdom, leading the war efforts himself. The Kalinga War was bloody and horrific. The people of Kalinga fought bravely, but they were overpowered by Ashoka's large army. Kalinga was plundered and destroyed. The edicts that survive say that as many as 100,000 people were killed in the war. When the war finally ended, Ashoka looked around him and saw hundreds of corpses on the battlefield. Instead of feeling happy about extending his empire further, he found himself feeling sad about the loss of life and property. He swore to never wage another war again. This realization led to Ashoka's conversion to Buddhism and he made it the state religion. He banned hunting, drew up a list of protected animals, and even urged his subjects to stop eating meat and turn vegetarian. He visited several sites important to Buddhism as well. On visiting Lumbini, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, Ashoka erected a pillar with an inscription saying that the village was exempted from paying tax. True to his word, Ashoka dedicated the rest of his life to popularizing Buddhism. Today, almost 70% of all Sri Lankans practice a branch of Buddhism, and 400 to 500 million people around the world follow Buddhism, a living proof of Emperor Ashoka's change of heart.